showing my age there. I know I look 25, but I'm not. Joking. Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville once again. Danny Savage, Draft Guru. Anybody that's ever wrestled, played football, hockey, you should know that song. You should have heard that song before. In the 1990s, you legit could not go to a bodybuilding competition without hearing that show played without hearing that song played like at least 5 times. Uh, Sick song, bro. Comes from an old wrestling movie, man. Good music is good music, man. It just lasts. So I know my age varies with my crowd, so hopefully that hit a reminder from the back, the good old days. All days are good. You got to make them, but some are better than others. So always got to take the good ones, stack them on top. Hopefully, at the end of the week, you got more good ones than bad ones. If you like the video, sub and subscribe. It don't cost a dime. All right. So today is the accumulation of 30. Yes, that's right. 30 edges. Tomorrow, we're going to start D tackles. And I'm going to be honest with you, tomorrow, listen, and I've said this before, when it comes to defensive tackles and running backs, we're going to go probably over 30. I'm just being honest with you because that's how deep both classes are. Now, when it comes to the edge department, now follow me, man. I already dropped 20. So right now, what you're looking at is a gem. You're looking for that oyster, that pearl in the oyster. You're looking for somebody that everybody else has overlooked, or somebody that you can keep on your team via either the practice squad or say, yo, practice your limp. Plenty of teams do that. And you have that guy on your team for 2 years to develop him more. Some cats on this list have strictly gotten here in life just because of their size. And that will continue. They will continue to get invited to a camp strictly for their size. And some old coach sitting in a room is going to be like, yo, I can make something out of that kid. But the majority of them are going to wind up selling cars or bouncing in strip clubs. Bouncing in a strip club ain't a really bad gig, bro. Just going to be honest with you. Boom. All right. First kid, 21. Ahmad Hassan, Boise State. What the hell does Dallas have, bro? They went through years, bro, of just drafting like so many dudes out of Boise State. That blue turf would give me a headache just to watch all day. He's 6'2", 270, had a nice combine. He had a nice combine, pretty much put him on the map. He's played a lot of football, though. He has. And he's put up 25 sacks over his college career. I view him, he's a late day 3 guy to me. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again. This draft is going to be weird because, like, I might have the grades are going to be everywhere on certain positions. Other positions are going to be boom, 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 boom. But when you have a subpar draft, there's going to be grades everywhere. Perfect example, there's a load of dudes out there that they're calling an edge. No, they're linebackers. There's people they're calling safeties. They're linebackers to me. It's my list. I rank him how I like him. I rank him how I envision him 2, 3 years from now. Is what it is. Ahmad Hassan, 21. What, bro? You can see him going the fourth or fifth round. Would I take him that high? Hell no. He's a late day 3 guy, undrafted free agent. But I could see him definitely going around late day 3. Next kid, it sucks, bro. And I said this, man. They listed this kid. Wait a second. One of my addictions. Burt's beeswax, man. It comes from riding a motorcycle when it's like 20 degrees outside. My addiction, Burt beeswax. I always gotta have one with me. I legit buy like 5 at a time. Just saw the kid and I knew this was gonna happen to him, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy production. And the tape I saw of him, I'm like, they were saying he was 6'2", 260. And I'm like, no. I can look at a person's body from either on tape or out in public, and I can be like, I should be that guy at the I should become a carny, right? Be the guy at the carnival. Let me guess your age. No, seriously, I can pretty much nail a person's height, weight. There's a kid, David Walker, Central Arkansas Bears. Throughout the year, they were listing him at 6'2", 260. Bro, this kid has crazy production. In 3 years, he put up 31 sacks. Man, like I said, Central Arkansas, but goes up. Now he shrunk 2 inches. He's 6 feet. I knew that was going to happen to him. So now, and this is the sad part in life. 805 on, boom. Yeah, backups, gems, someone you can throw on your practice squad, hope you can develop. Situational pass rushes. Yo, guys have made a living in this league being a situational third down pass rusher. There's nothing wrong with that. So, this kid, David Walker, man, a lot of teams probably are not even going to have them on their board. Dallas won't. But if his dad was a scout for the Cowboys, like Midget Vaughn, Deuce Vaughn, this kid would probably be a third-round pick with Dallas. Talk about nepotism. Bro, 6 foot, 260, 31 sacks. How tall was the outside linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Harrison. He wasn't no tall dude. He wasn't. That guy could not have been more than 6'1". No way. Wide as fuck. Big dude. He was jacked. I'm sorry. I doubt this kid even has an agent, but if he does, I would be looking for teams that are really hard up on edges. And I think you can say that about the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, don't throw stones at me. Unfortunately, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. The kid got heart. He does not get washed out against the run, but now he's going to be dealing with 6'7", 300-pounders. But he's a pit bull, bro. He is a pit bull. I do think he'll get invited to a camp. I do think he will get cut, or if someone is smart, put him on the practice squad. Or if you think he could be a situational, he's not a 3 down rusher. He's not. He just isn't. He's gonna be 3rd down pass rusher, and it's not a bad thing. Next kid, I'm like, I can't get over. It must have sucked when this kid was in kindergarten, because when you got to spell your name, bro. Like, all right, he plays for UCLA. He's 6'3", 260. Olafemi or Radagio. How about that? That's my best. Even my dog just growled when I said that name. So he doesn't. My dog doesn't like that name. UCLA, 6'3", 260. Played a lot of linebacker in college. He's gonna get thrown to the edge, to the edge. Uh, Not a lot of production at sacks. No, I mean, not. I'm seriously, but people, there's a lot of talk about this kid. He's creating a lot of buzz. I'm being honest, man. I don't see the buzz on this one. Watch this kid, becomes a Hall of Famer. The next kid is a perfect example of someone that's had everything handed to him in life just for his size. That's it. Q Robinson, Edge, Alabama. 6'5", 250. He's had 5 sacks in his whole career at Alabama. And just how he probably sucked even worse in high school. He was probably 6'5", 250 in high school. And some coach just looked down at him and said, "Yup, I see that frame. You see those long arms. I see that length. Here, son. Here's your, maybe he even got an NIL deal." And it's going to happen again in the NFL. He's going to get invited to a tryout, maybe even stick with a team. It's going to be some crusty old coach somewhere saying, "I can make something out of this kid." And hey, is it possible? Yes. We have seen guys, as crazy as it sounds, we have seen guys do absolutely jack shit through high school, through college. But when they get to the NFL and there's no NIL deal coming no more, and it's either you make it or you're homeless, the fire under that ass lights him up. He's someone that someone's going to take. He's going to get cut. He's going to land up on a practice squad somewhere. A kid like him should go to like an XFL, USFL. It would be cool if the NFL had like a partnership with that and throw developmental guys into there. But it is what it is. Next kid, he has some spunk to him. Kikaman Rucker, Edge, North Carolina. 6'1", 260. Listen, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I also see this kid as a 3rd-down pass rusher. Played on a horrendous. I mean, I could have started on North Carolina. That's how bad they were last year. Throughout his career, he put up 19 sacks. A little bit on the shorter side. Like I told you this before I started Edges. There was only that handful of group of kids that had that prototypical 6'6", 6'7", 250, and then it went to a lot of shorter dudes. But also in the NFL, we are seeing a lot of shorter edges on the outside that can fly. It's a copycat league. We all know this. Next kid. No one's really talking about this kid either, and he could be a sleeper. Could be. Ja Joyner, EDGE University of Minnesota. They say you could always tell a man from Minnesota, but you can't tell him much. That was another Mr. Perfect quote, not mine. Rest in peace, Mr. Perfect. 6'5", 265. He's had 15 sacks his career at Minnesota. His arms go down to his ankles. He's gonna get looks, bro. Possible late day 3 pick. Listen, you got to realize, bro, all it takes is one coach, man, to fall in love with you. As crazy as it sounds, bro, these NFL teams that are worth billions, when it comes to like the 7th round, they'll legit invite a kid that lives in the state that they play in just so they don't have to play for just so they don't have to pay for an airline ticket. Look it up, man. Legit, swear to God, that happens. But this kid has the size, he has the length. Yo, University of Minnesota, bro, in general, I don't know where they get their guys from. They grow them somewhere, legit. They just grow them. They got when we get to linebackers, we'll get to that. One of their linebackers is a monster too. I mean, but we'll get to one of their offensive tackles also. But they just like legit, like they got a farm there and growing them. These fucking dudes are huge. Next kid, Fadil Diggs, Syracuse. Nice size. 6'4", 260. Syracuse put a nice little run together with the quarterback that got exiled out of Ohio State the year before. Kyle McCord, I think. I'm not even sure. They started off. Good afternoon, good afternoon, Charlene. Boom. Thank you for jumping in the chat. Syracuse put a good little team together this year. They got LaQuint Allen, the running back. I haven't dropped him yet in my 30, but he's good. The shitty part is, bro, they got a monster middle linebacker, bro. Monster. But he got hurt. So he's coming back for next year. And I heard him. I'm like, I got this kid. I see him go. Return to school for another year. But I'll drop him next year. Like I said, you guys want to F with all the call-in shows. Ask them who they like in 2026 at specific positions. I can't wait to hear blah, 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 blah. They don't even fucking know who they like next month's draft. You can't, it's not like a pot where you put a seed in and sprinkle some water on it and it grows. Bro, you cannot just, play with your do-rag 10 months out of the year, come on here like it's a comedy show, and then then you're a draft expert. No, it takes hours and hours and hours and years if you want to do it properly. If a kid plays 5 years of college ball, do you honestly think it's okay to rank him with watching 2 games? You're a garbage individual if you do shit like that. So this kid has 3 solid years of production. He's good versus the run, and he put up put up 16 sacks. So I also do see him as a 3rd down pass rusher, but he ain't going to get murdered versus the run. So, I don't know when I'm going to store all these notebooks at the end of the year. Because the crazy part is, I have a whole bunch of dudes that I liked, but now they're going back. So then I have to go through all of them and see, okay, who left, who came back, and who stayed in school versus. Next kid is a kid, Philip Webb, Jackson State University. That's where Dion originally started. This kid, 6'5", 270. He has uno, dos, tres, 3 sacks in his college career. He's going to get an invite to camp. I don't make the rules, people. This is when you're just, looking to hit a home run. And ironically, there are some good teams that are good at finding late round gems, undrafted gems. I happen to be one of them because, let's be honest, the core of your team is day 3. You can get, bro, there's so many Hall of Famers that, the draft used to be like 14 rounds, bro, 15 rounds, 16 rounds. I think it was like 16. Then they put it down to 12. Now it's 7. You know how many undrafted free agents are in the Hall of Fame? It's crazy. And even now, people slip through the cracks. Next kid has a story. I'll say it. He got a little bit of buzz at the combine. EDGE Tyler Batty, BYU. This kid has played a lot of ball. Prototypical size, 6'6", 270. 18 sacks over his college career. Ask me why I do not like BYU players, especially offensive linemen and defensive linemen, because they're all overaged. This kid's going to be a 25-year-old rookie. A couple of years ago, they had a 27-year-old center. Now, that doesn't count as much as for the skill positions, but 27 years old? I looked like The Rock when I was 27 years old, bro, but more cut up. And I got pictures to prove it. I could have fucking played. Picture a 25, 27-year-old kid blocking, or playing on the line against a 19-year-old kid, a 20-year-old kid. Come on, bro. You're 19, 20. You're not even done growing. You're playing up against a grown man. And BYU always does this. They send their linemen on missions, 2-year missions. So you come to BYU, all right, go to wherever. Go hide somewhere for 2 years. Now they come back. So let's say they were 19 coming out of high school, 20. Florida, you could play football in high school. I should have went to football. I didn't have the talent, but I should have played football in Florida because you could play football in Florida till you're 19 years old and 9 months. Bro, I was out of school more than 2 years already when that shit happened. Before that age. But long story short, this is why I don't like BYU offensive linemen and defensive linemen. When you have a man playing up against a boy, it's much more noticeable in the trenches. This kid has put up 18 sacks over his 5-year career at BYU. I wouldn't touch him. Some team will bring him in as a camp body. Like, yeah, you go, block him. Next kid, Charlotte, University of Charlotte, man. They got, it was crazy. Last year they had this kid. Oh my God. I don't know what happened to him, man. But just, I'm talking last year. So 2 years ago. He, he got invited to a camp too. This kid was a psychopath. Bro, it was like a Thursday night. He was fighting his teammates. He was fighting his coaches. He was fighting the opposing team. No joke. I swear to God, it's the first time I've seen this in my life. It was halftime. Like everyone's walking into the tunnel. We're a good minute into halftime, and the refs are still throwing flags, bro. Dude was a straight psychopath. It was like 2 years ago, and he legit went to 5 different colleges in 5 years. He started out at Alabama, was SEC as a freshman, tossed from Bama, went to Michigan, tossed from Michigan, Houston. I don't even know if he even saw the field, to be honest with you. My fourth one, I'm drawing a blank, and then he ended up at Charlotte. Straight psycho. And he still got invited to camp because he was lacking in the run department. You could run his ass over. But he also was like an actor too, because if someone cheap shot at him or blindsided him, he'd be laying on the ground like he was crippled and shit. So he was a good actor. Listen, I got to look up to see if he's stuck with anybody, but funny, funny, funny. This kid is the last of my 30 edges. Stone Handy. What a name. 6'5", 250. Ironically, University of Charlotte. It seems like Charlotte is like the southern version of Last Chance U. I know we're not going to call Virginia the North, but James Madison is like considered Last Chance U on the East Coast. All those kids started out Power 5 programs, bro, and then they ended up at James Madison, man. James Madison ain't handing out that many scholarships. They're just going in the portal. This kid, same thing. His length, his size. Dude has 4 sacks in his career. He's going to get invited to a camp. Hopefully, it lights a spark up their ass. And like I've said before, it has happened. When your 2 choices are you're going to be living in a car, you're going to be homeless, or you make this football team. You'd be surprised, bro, how many people that fire gets lit under their ass and you see a gear you never saw before. That stipend's not coming no more. Forget NIL. These kids were getting paid before NIL. It was called a stipend. It all depended on what college you went to and what the cost of living was. Then NIL turned into the picture. Now that's gone. You make the team, you're homeless. You make the team, bouncing in a strip club. It is what it is. Nobody likes running 6 miles in the morning at 4:30 a.m. with your face on fire because you had to shave it and the sweat is hitting it and your face is on fire. What choice do you have? Either you do it or you're homeless. That's what I ain't gonna say that you're bouncing in a strip club. You're selling cars. It is what it is, man. So 30 edges are down. Mañana we are going. Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter? Talking to my dog. Tomorrow we're gonna start defensive tackles, bro. It's a good edge class. It's a very, very crazy defensive tackle class. I might probably go more than 30. I might hit like 35 or 40. I'm telling you, like every people think the draft is like walking into a grocery store. Okay, my team needs this, 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 and this. And they think like their wife or whatever just hands them the list. Oh, wait a second. Here. Oh, don't forget my cash app. There you go. Oh, almost forgot that. Who is the JC star? All right. Boom! There is a. Let me get that for now. There is a certain content creator out there who is the kiss of death to any draft prospect he talks about. And he happens to always talk about wide receivers. And every single wide receiver he talks about are straight busts, like out of the league in 2 to 3 year busts. But he wants Dallas to take these people. Every single one of them, bust, 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 bust. I'm just going to put his initials in there because I don't want to, But you ducking me, bro. You lost the bet, man. And then he blocked me, man. Yo, and the bet was all you had to do was donate $50 to your local animal shelter. The prick challenged me, bro. Don't worry, bro. I'll run into you. You can't donate $50 to a local animal shelter, bro? Says a lot about your character, bro. But I'll run into you eventually, man. Long story short, the kiss of death. He is the kiss of death to. And now, listen. Saying a player's name in passing is one thing. Liking a guy is one thing. But if you talk about that guy on every single show you do daily on the radio, on the YouTube machine, and every single day you pump this player, pump this player, pump this player, and every year that player turns out to be a bust, you suck at what you're doing. You're a nice guy. You might be a nice guy, but don't be giving out football knowledge to people, especially if you never played it. So I crowned him the JC Star of Death because the second he talks about a draft prospect, I'll just cry. Yo, you're legit. Last year, I just started crossing him off my list. Last year, the guy he would not stop talking about was Malachi Corley out of Western Kentucky. You can go back to my rankings for last year. I didn't even put him down on my rankings. And Malachi Corley went like round 2 to the Jets. What did he do? Nothing. But it's only his first year. But this guy's track record And like I say, and yo, nobody hits on everybody. No, if you can listen, I know what my hit rate is, but like I said, there's a difference of liking someone, talking about somebody. There's a phrase also: "You who's your pet cat? Who's a guy you really really like that other people are not?" But when you come on a show and say, "Oh, all of Dallas's needs are solved by taking this guy who happens to be a wide receiver," and like for 4 years in a row, that dude is a straight bust. But honestly, I'm gonna be listening. I say the truth, even when I lie. I've actually heard a couple of his interviews lately. I still think he sucks as a draft analyst, but he has been, how can I phrase this? Making a little bit, making sense. Some. It seems like he doesn't have the pressure of the star on top of him. I don't know. But he seems to be talking, making more sense. Like I said, nice guy. Yo, you challenged me to a bet. And yo, then know what the prick did? Bro, he challenged me to a bet, lost, then his ass blocked me on Twitter. How, bro, how funny is that shit? It ain't my fault you don't remember the bet, or I don't know what kind of condition you was when you made the bet, but I got the screenshots, bro. So you challenged me. And I said, yo, so there's me being a nice guy. I know I look very mean and scary, and I can be in a blink of an eye. But me being nice, I said, so there are no losers. The loser pays $50 to their local animal shelter and has to show proof. He's like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then when I called him out on it, yo, he blocked me. Don't worry. We'll see each other. You better have that receipt in your phone. So I got to tell you, man. Because you want to see this channel blow up? This channel blow up real fast. I mean, I would never hurt anybody. A nice slap in the face is a great way to degrade somebody, but ain't even worth it, bro. The fact that I think he didn't donate the $50 to the local animal shelter also shows what kind of person he is. But I'm going to be honest with you. In the same token, he doesn't remember the bet. He doesn't remember it. I do, but I got screenshots to prove it. But don't bet me. And then it's an old word. I'm telling you, I'm old. Someone who doesn't pay their bets is called a welcher. So if any of your friends do that, call them a welcher. Did you see the corner we traded for? No, please, no, don't. Stop. We trade. Oh, no, tell me. It's amazing. We got these comp picks yesterday. Not even 24 hours. We traded for a fucking corner. Listen, I don't even follow free agency because Dallas doesn't. They don't do anything in free agency. I made a video joking the other day when free agency starts because everybody's like, yeah, it's like it's a Kentucky Derby. What the fuck you guys getting excited for? We ain't gonna sign nobody. You're telling me we get this bum Solomon Thomas, straight up fucking, excuse my language, bust. He was like a top 5 pick with San Francisco out of Stanford. Bust. Went to the New York Jets. Bust. We inherit one of the Jets coaches. We give him 2 years, $8 million deal. So you would take this bag of shit for 2 years, $8 million? You're telling me Bosa got $12 million for 1 year at Buffalo? Follow me, people. The taxes in New York City, if you make over 6 figures, they chop your head off. Buffalo is New York. Now, Joey Bosa got paid $12 million for 1 year in Buffalo. He's gonna be lucky to see 8, maybe even less, like 7.5. They even have like an athlete tax. Yo, they rape you. You're telling me we could have offered 8 or 9 and then just had the conversation we just had? I'm pretty sure, I don't know where they're from, the brothers. I really don't know like where they grew up. But like, if I had a choice, Buffalo, Dallas, or maybe maybe he's chasing a ring. Honestly, most these motherfuckers don't care about rings. Dallas could have said, "Yo, we're paying you $9 million," and he would have got paid more because there's no state tax in Texas. Facts. D-Law went to Seahawks. He won't last a week, man. We traded for a corner. My phone was blowing up, so I knew it was something. Kyer Elam. Bro, yo, Buffalo fans are like laughing their ass off. That's why when I started this channel, I made it about me, bro. I made it. Hey, Danny, Amazing Creations. What's up, bro? Thank you for jumping in the chat. Did Elam tape look good when you scouted him? Which Elam? Which Elam are you talking about? And we traded for the Titans. Kenneth Murray, I believe, Oklahoma. He was decent. The new cornerback. I listen. I gotta look at the tape. I have no. I have listen. I'm not gonna be one of these guys here that fleeces. Oh, Jay, his tape looked great, and this that. No. I have no idea who we traded for, and I've said this multiple times on my show. The 2 positions I hate looking at the most and grading is quarterbacks and corners. But I'll look at the kid we traded at. So I'm being honest with you. I have no idea unless like see, know what it is like, and this is the Cowboy fan in me. Let's say like, okay, I know Dallas needs a corner. I'll spend extra attention on a kid. Perfect example was like 3 years ago. There was a kid, legit from Virginia Tech. He was legit rated to go in the top 5. Big kid, corner, like 6'2". Back injury. I have a back injury. I've I've paid, you have no idea how much money I've paid even in stem cell treatments for my back. Backs don't get better, they get worse. So, long story short, this kid slid from like 5 to like the late 20s. Someone took him. I don't think he ever played it down in the NFL. At least he fleeced somebody for a couple of contracts. So you're telling me, wait, you're telling me 805 on. You're telling me we've made 2 trades? You're telling me we traded for a cornerback from Buffalo and we traded for the Titans linebacker Kenneth Murray? Yes. Okay. So now we're back to 8 picks. We had yesterday, as of yesterday, we had 10. So now we're back to 8. That's the only picks we had. We had 10 picks. We had round 1, round 2, round 3, and we had 7 picks, 5 in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. 5th and 6th, and 1 7th rounder at 249. So 7 of our picks are the 5th, 6th, 7th. I don't know what they traded away. Want to hear something funny, people? So now we're down to like 8 picks. The Philadelphia Eagles have like 16. And they traded 3 picks away before the season started for Jahan Dotson, the wide receiver from the Washington Redskins, who did absolutely nothing. Last year, the Philadelphia Eagles went up, went down, went left, went right, got all the guys they wanted, got laughed at when they took Cooper DeJean, who I said, and you can see my rankings, what I put on him last year. The kid can play safety, he can play corner, he can play wide receiver, he could be a kick returner, he could be a punt returner. I don't care. Just get him, we'll figure it out. That's how athletic he was. They got laughed at for taking him at 40. But last year, the Eagles did all their drafting, got all their guys, and by doing tradings, they fleeced all these other teams. They walked away with 7 extra picks for the 2025 NFL draft. They traded 3 away, so that leaves them with 4. And I believe they was awarded also 4 comp picks yesterday. So the Eagles have like 16 draft picks. You see, but when you have 16 draft picks, let's be honest, they just won a Super Bowl. You think 16 rookies are making that team? No. So what they're going to do is they're going to fleece the Dallases and the other ones to push back these picks for like later years, like for the 2027 draft, stuff like that. Or you can, all right, they have 16 draft picks. I'm just saying. You like 5 dudes. You package them to get your 5. But they don't do shit like that. They're more likely their phone is going to be ringing off the hook draft weekend. Care Elam. Dad played a Kair Elam. His dad played for Dallas. When? Because I don't remember the name. I mean, I'm assuming his dad's got to be like my age or younger. I'm depressed. Yeah, I'm depressed also reading this chat. Eight. So like, yo, think about it, man. Think about this. We haven't had comp picks for 24 hours, and we traded two away. Bro, there's some. I know I can find two starters running backs day three. I know I can find a starting tight end day three. I know I can find a starting wide receiver day three out of this draft. I know I can find a shitload of defensive tackles this draft day three. I don't know, man. I guess Kenneth Murray hasn't been in the league that long. Maybe they had a high grade on him. Listen, at this point, we gotta stop blaming Jerry. And everyone know, you all know I hate Jerry, but I think at this point, and I said this when Dallas hired Schottenheimer, I said this is the beginning of the Stephen Jones era. This is Stephen Jones and Will McClay. We don't have a fourth, but we have Mingo. The worst part about that was DJ Metcalf going for a 5. That's like putting salt like in a wound. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't drink the Kool-Aid. Wow, man. I can't believe we traded away 2 picks already. So listen, I think you're going to see Dallas trade back from 12. Unless somebody they really, really like slips, they're going to look to trade back to recoup a 3 because, as crazy as it sounds, not having that 4 is going to cause you to take guys you like 1 round earlier. It really does mess up your entire draft. Hopefully Johnson out of Iowa is there. Well, he's a solid, definitely, he's a solid round 2 pick, in my opinion. Definitely solid, but the only thing that questions me with him is 1 year of production. I give you the good, I give you the bad. 1 year of production out of him. But yo, he has great size. Played in the Big Ten. He had a crazy year. But to his credit, Iowa did get a new coaching staff, and I've said it a million times. Iowa runs a prior to last year, Iowa always ran a crazy, crazy conservative offense, and they said we're playing defense. Listen, man, we traded 2 picks. Now I got to start doing more mock drafts. Maybe I'll go back, jump back on later. I got to drop a 32 team 2-round mock draft. I gotta have to drop another Dallas mock draft. I think I dropped 77 Dallas mocks already. So we're gonna drop a new updated version because now we're back to only 8 picks. Bro, stop watching television, man. Stop watching Dallas. Stop. They're not serious, bro. They don't care about winning, bro. They don't. D-Law to Seattle, I could care less. Any other team, what's he gonna? He's gonna last 3 weeks in Seattle, but whatever. I'm just pissed off about uh, trading 2 picks already. Tomorrow we're starting 30 defensive tackles. We're starting mañana, so I'm going to be putting out 1 through 10. Very crazy year. A good 30 to 35 defensive tackles are going to get drafted, if not more. I might do more than that. Crazy D-line class, crazy defensive tackle class, crazy running back class, good safeties. My linebacker class is strong because there's all these dudes calling dudes edges, and they're not. They're linebackers. So I'm going to have a strong linebacker class. Everybody else really isn't. But it is depressing that we haven't even had these picks for 24 hours. Legit. And we're trading away, bro. Because we all know when you rock with the GWL, my phone's blowing up, bro. For life, man. Over out. Amazing Creations, 805 Vaughn. Thank you for jumping in the house.